We have Parker Graye on Pure Country. How are you?
I'm so great. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like we coordinated our outfits today with the
We're
red
like,
because you
yeah,
are the iHeartRadio future star.
yeehaw. Yeah, it's so cool. I feel like one, thank you so much for having me on. And it's this iHeart Future Star program has been so cool and such a ride. And I think it's been really rad for all my folks in Ontario, because I'm from Aurelia originally. Hearing it on the radio, they're all like so excited, and it's been really cool and like such a gift to like experience people being stoked about it when they're just like driving in rush hour traffic. So it's been so cool.
Ugh, I can't even imagine what that feels like. Because the funniest thing for me was that we've talked about this just recently that my friend Kelly Prescott kind of introduced me to your music. Clearly, I was missing the boat for a long time, which I did not realize. So I apologize for that. But I really started listening, like kind of doing a deep dive into your music, found a couple songs that I loved, played them on my New and Now show,
Yeah.
and got a like phone call from my boss like 2 days later and was like, "Hey, did you know Parker Gray's going to be our iHeartRadio future star?" And I was like, "No, but the timing of that is pretty funny." So I had no idea. I just
Oh,
was
you
like,
didn't?
no, I didn't know. I was playing it just because I wanted to play it and I loved it and I thought it was great. And then they were like, we're going to be playing her a lot on Pure Country coming up. And I was like, okay,
You're
cool.
like, I'm on it.
Did
It's
I
that's
manifest that?
I thought, because when that like I caught it, I thought that had to do with the iHeart thing. I'm like, oh, they're just like getting it revved up and
Oh,
going. So that's so cool.
yeah, no, had no idea. It was just the weirdest serendipitous timing that it happened because it was like, I think it was the Sunday and then Monday you
Yeah,
became Future Star and we were like,
crazy.
weird. But yes, love this song.
Thank
Who's Lying Here is kind of becoming my new jam. I like really love that song. But Good Getting Gone, obviously everyone gets to hear on Pure Country.
Yeah.
What is that feeling like for you? Because you are an independent artist, which for fans listening don't know, that means like this girl has been grinding and doing this on her own. Um, you know, not a lot of help from the outside sources, which
Mhm.
sometimes can be a blessing, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But it's a lot of work. And just to see where you've come in this short period of time is really cool. You've got to feel a lot of like pride for the work you put in.
Yeah, I mean, so for those who don't know anything about me, like I come from corporate business land, really. And so all of those skills that I learned from like, because I managed a PR team and I did like experiential events for multi-million dollar budgets. Like I come from that land on top of the music stuff. So all those skills I just transferred over to promoting my music and like building one sheets and like pitching to media, pitching to radio, and like making all of the artwork and doing all of this. And there's been many a nights where I've gone through my 200 plus list of media and just one by one, like trying to find ways to pitch it differently and like, grinding it out till like 2 a.m. to wake up the next day to like keep going before release. And so it's really cool to see now. I think we're like 7 singles in or something to see like it really paying off. And I don't take enough time, I think, to like, and I think a lot of us don't do that. Like when we've achieved so many things that like seem very small in the moment, but are like really big if you like take like 20 feet away from it. And I'm really trying hard to like pause and like take it in and be like, this is because you've worked that hard. And this is because people like what you're doing. And that's really cool. And you need to like acknowledge that and give that to yourself. But I'm getting better at it.
The
I'm
fact
not the
that
best
you're
at it.
realizing it, I think, is huge because so
Yeah.
often, especially in this industry, things move so fast and
So
things can
fast.
change overnight.
Yeah.
And, you get kind of caught in the grind a little bit. And
Mhm.
then if you're not taking those moments to be like, wow, I can't believe that happened, or look at where I've come from in like
Right.
months. I've seen some of your videos where you're like, you had set a goal for streaming and now you're like, holy moly, how did I get to here so fast? But that's
Yeah.
how it happens.
Yeah.
It's been really cool for you to just see being a new artist, new name, how supportive the industry and fellow Canadian artists have been and
Oh,
festivals and stuff like that. like I've noticed it on socials, even just like what how the community has really kind of gotten behind you.
Yeah. It's wild. I mean, we talk about Kelly Prescott and like, you know, Andrew Hyatt's been super kind, and like Tim and the Glory Boys commented on something the other day, and the Washboard Union of all people have like, you know, said some things on TikTok, and it's been like, it's just been really cool. Like it's, I think being acknowledged and recognized by folks who have done way more than you and, you know, are doing the thing every single day that you're working towards is, it's amazing. And it's something that like I didn't even, I think I like at first I was like, whatever, like, because I'm so in like the land of social media that people just post stuff for the sake of posting it and say things to like, you know, say things,
Yeah.
or their or their managers and their social teams are handling it.
Yeah.
But then you really start to, then there's like, I mean, Kelly is a great example of that. She like took the time to like DM me and be like, I'm obsessed with you. I think you're amazing. And I'm like, let's get married. What's going, why aren't we friends?
We actually already got engaged at the CMA Ontario Awards in London a couple years ago. So sorry, she's off the market.
I'm gonna, okay, you know what? We're gonna have to take this up with her because we already got engaged on Instagram DMs. So she is a
Kelly Prescott, you are in trouble. She's gonna be like, crap.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask,
Yep.
catchphrase that you have kind of claimed, Saddies for the baddies. I like,
Yeah.
you know, you read on people's like bios and stuff.
Yeah.
And most times I don't pay a ton of attention to it because I feel like I need to talk to you first and get to know you. But that really stuck out to me. So Saddies for the baddies, explain this to me.
So this whole tagline thing started during the pandemic.
Okay.
When did you use Clubhouse at all?
No.
Okay, so Clubhouse
Teach me.
Okay, so Clubhouse was this like virtual audio only app. The only way that I can like describe it is uh like a digital conference, all audio. And like people would make these rooms and join these rooms, and then there'd people be on like on a stage.
Okay.
And then they would be talking amongst each other, and then people can just be listening. So I joined Clubhouse, and it honestly, it changed my attachment to Nashville, because there was this room called Goodnight Nashville. It was like a lot of big players in Nashville, and I just happened to like land in that group. And like I went every single day. Anyways, in one of the rooms that I was in, they were talking about like Clubhouse etiquette and like how to make an engaging profile. And one of the things is you should really have a tagline. So it started with on a mission to make country music sad again. And then I was like, wait a minute, because someone was like, they met me and they're like, you don't seem so like sad, but your songs are so sad. And I was like, well, yeah, it's because I'm a bad bee and I also am a saddie. Like, I'm like, so Saddies for the bad. And then it kind of was like a joke at first, but I'm like, oh no, this is gold.
You're like, this actually sounds pretty good.
And then I looked up the hashtag and nobody was using it. And I was like, well, this would be an interesting way to like track metrics as well on social media to see like how
that's where your business brain comes in
all the time. And I was like, that would be cool on merch. Like it's like I can see koozies. Like I had there's like a whole plan, but yeah, it's been one of those things that I think people really like stuck to. And then it was funny, Casey Musgraves did a tweet and it was like sad songs are for the baddies or something. And then I did this whole reel about how I was coming for Casey Musgraves because she was trying to steal my slogan.
Like copyright infringement, girl.
Like, why didn't I copyright this? Anyways,
yeah, you better do that. You better get off this call and go do that right now.
Get my manager and I'm like, go.
Okay, yeah. I have to ask, good at getting gone.
Yes.
I just thought as I was like listening to the song, and then I thought, okay, obviously we know that you are good at singing and writing really sad, beautiful songs. What is like a secret talent or something that you are extremely good at that no one would know outside of music?
Oh, I wouldn't say extremely good, but I can hold my own in a CrossFit class.
Oh, wow.
So I've been coaching CrossFit
so jealous.
For like 8 years maybe, and I've been doing it for a long time. And
Do
lots of people don't know,
CrossFit?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Can you be my coach? Can you be my coach, please?
Sure. Oh my God, let's do it. I
Please,
love
I
it.
need help. I need so much
Oh my
help.
gosh, we'll do it.
Okay.
That gym changed my life. Like I went through a lot when right before I had joined, and it was just like a community of people that I didn't have here. And I've been there since pretty much the doors opened, and it's been amazing to watch that place evolve. And like the CrossFit community, I mean, people give CrossFit a lot of crap, and like there are a lot of like bad coaches and bad experiences and whatever, but you know, we have been a group of people who's just like about the community and moving well, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. And like, you know, it's something that like I don't think I would survive this world if I didn't have fitness. Honestly, it like keeps me so mentally clear on top of therapy. But
Yes, girl. I know, literally couldn't have gotten through the last 2 weeks of my life had it not be for like going to therapy regularly.
yes,
I had just kind of started getting back on the fitness journey, and like
amazing.
it kept my mind in a very positive place in a very negative time.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
totally feel
It
that.
it's just one of those things, right? Where like you need goals. Like we are all goal-oriented creatures in some form. And I
Yep.
think like having the goal of waking up in the morning and like giving back to yourself by getting to the gym, or like going for a walk that is just for the purpose of you. Like I
Yep.
think it's so, so, so important.
For sure. Okay. I feel like I could talk to you
Oh my
forever,
God, same.
which I love. That always is like one of my favorite things when I get to do these interviews is I feel like certain people you just click with and you're like, we could talk for hours.
Forever.
But last thing before we go, I want to know who your biggest musical inspiration was growing up, because I always find it interesting. There's usually one artist that everyone can kind of pinpoint. Who's that one for you?
Celine Dion.
I was not expecting that, and in like
Yeah.
the best way.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the right answer feels like I should have answered country because I listened to like a lot
Oh,
of Faith Hill and Reba McEntire. But to be honest, I had all of Celine Dion's records on repeat all the time. And I would just like sing them in my basement. And like that was, yeah. And I just think she's hilarious now. Like you watch videos of her, you were like, you are a nut job, and I love it.
yeah, me too. I mean, she
Like,
is like unreal as far as like one of the best vocalists of all
yeah.
time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna manifest right here. This is what I like to do in my show is manifest that some way, somehow, Parker Graye, Celine Dion, cross paths,
Oh,
somehow, let's put it out in the world.
I mean, I love that. We're putting it out there. We're both Canadians. It makes
Why
sense.
not? A duet someday down the road, maybe?
My gosh, I would like,
Okay, if this does come to fruition, we
you're
are going to
there
back on this and you're going to be like, oh, she did.
and you're coming. If it
I
happens,
better be.
you'll just have to be there.
Better be. Awesome. All right, girl. So good to meet you. Parker Graye, our iHeartRadio future star on Pure Country. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me.